Hello everyone and welcome to my Java programming tutorial. In this video we will talk about character data type. So character is a very small topic in Java. So because we have a bigger picture, we have that string. So character has some its own features. Let's take a look. So as you can see, character, so ASCII is stands for American Standard Code for Information and Interchange. It's an association who created the ASCII chart. So this is known as ASCII. So like ASCII. So this is an ASCII chart and it represents some symbols. So let's take a look. So characters are single letters, single digits. What you will do is, and they are always represented in single quotation marks, not in double quotation marks like in Python. I think you can present that in Python, but not in Java. So this is how you are declaring character. The short form is char, like whatever, however you want to pronounce char, or it's like a full form is character. So char letter, you can give any name, equals to single letter which can be a for any digit. Okay, so when you are working with character data type, integers and characters go along together a lot. How? Because of that ASCII chart. Let me show you how. So and this is a note that increment and decrement operator can also be used on char variable to get the next or preceding number. So let's take a look how. So if you're saying like this is increment operator, plus plus minus minus, what the operator does, they increase the value by 1. So if you apply these operators on integer data type, so for example int a equals to 5 and I say a plus plus, value of a is now 6. So if I say a minus minus, value is on the 5 again, a is equals to 5, and I say a minus minus, value will be reduced by 1, which will be a equals to 4. So you can apply the increment and decrement operator on character data type as well. So let's take a look. So this is for ASCII code, the most commonly used characters. So the easy way, you don't have to memorize the whole ASCII chart. So let me show you first. This is the ASCII chart you have in front of you. You don't have to memorize that. What way to? These are the most common values you need, characters you need to recognize. And the easy way is like from small a, you just remember the value of small a, capital A, and 0. How? Because small a is 97, capital A is 65, and 0 is 48. So if you know that capital A character value is 65, do you know the value of B? Yes, it will be 66. Value of C, it will be 67. You just go all the way to counting, incrementing it by 1. And same with 0. If you know the value, the ASCII value of 0, which is 48, do you know the value of 1? It will be 49. Then 2, just same as go on. So you just need to remember these major or most commonly used character ASCII values. Okay, so let's take a look what we have. These are escape sequences for special characters. You have Unicode as well, which I will explain you. It goes with the hexadecimal value. So escape sequence are special characters. So for example, if you want to print your string in double quotation marks, as you can see when you write system.out.print, you start with double quotation mark and with like this is a message. But on the console, those double quotation marks are gone. But in my case, I want those double quotation marks to be printed. Like I want my statement within double quotation marks. So I cannot do it because in Java is a programming language. That programming language has some syntax, right? That syntax is that whenever you print a string, that machine knows that if it's starting with double quotation marks and ending with double quotation marks, I don't have to print those double quotation marks. I just print the whatever the thing are inside. So just to don't confuse the machine, what we have done is we have created special symbols, you can say, to fulfill our needs, which is if you want to print double quotation marks with your statement, use backslash double quotation marks. Then you have backslash T for tab. For example, when you are creating some rocket ship, space needle images like which you have seen in chapter 1, the project documents I have posted just to display those images, you need some spaces, right? So instead of putting space bar or pressing tab from your keyboard, you may not remember how many spaces you have when you need the same output again at the bottom. So the best way is you put tab \t so that you know how many spaces are there. It's easier to count the spaces, because if you just put the space, it's not easier to count the space in programming. So we have \t for the tab, we have \b for the backspace, \n for new line, and double backslash we have is for to print single backslash. So if you have two backslashes, it will print one backslash. If you have four backslashes, it will print two backslash. We have \f form feed, and we have \r carriage return. These are the most commonly used are \t, \n, double backslash, and \, quotation marks, plus \, single quotation marks as well. So let's take a look how we are using. So with the ASCII chart, this is the ASCII chart and how you are reading the value. This is your capital A. If you can remember from the previous slide, the value of capital A is 65. You are reading the column value, which is 6. This is the row, and then the column 5. So this is how it makes you 65, and the value is at 65 location. You don't have to remember all these symbols. Again, most commonly used capital A, small a, and 0. You don't have to remember what parenthesis ASCII value is, or no one will ask you. It's on, this chart is on Google. Whenever you need in the future, you can just Google the chart, but just for the basic, you should know like all three: capital A, small a, and 0. It's easy to remember. As a programmer, you should know. So this is how what we have talked about, how characters and integers go along because of the ASCII chart. You can typecast a character to an integer, and you can typecast an integer to a character. So let's see. So if you have integer I equals 2, you have declared in single quotation A. That is acceptable. That is not an error. So the value of I is, it will be, what it will does is same as like it have mentioned at int A. It will give the ASCII value of A to I. So small a, which was 97, and same goes over here. When I say character C equals to 97, it means this C can only hold the value of character, and it will convert this 97 to character, and 97 was this small a. Okay, so that's how you can typecast. So you can use character and integer if you want to be more, a smart programmer and want to make or confuse others by your numbers. You can just use these values when you are declaring the integer or character in your code. So comparing and testing characters, you can test your characters by with your if and else. So character, you don't need a dot equal method. You can simply again deal your character as an integer. You can use greater than equal symbols with or equal symbols to compare your two characters. As you can see over here, if ch value is greater than equals to capital A, less than A, it's an uppercase letter. If it says small a, it's a lowercase letter. If it's between 0 to 9, it means it's a numeric character. So like this is how you can check for the alphabets, small, capital, and the numbers. There are some character class, like there's a class in Java for character, and there's some methods which will be very, very useful in your programming question. So you should know that these methods exist in character while you solve. So some students are like, why we have to remember the methods? Like they are already within the Java. You don't have to memorize it, but as a programmer, you should know whenever you are reading a code or whenever a task is given to you. As a programmer, you should know that I can do this with character because there is a method in character class. So if I have to take the first character out from that name, or I have to take the space out, you should know that there are methods. If you don't know those methods name or those method exist, then it will be hard for you. Like you will spend half an hour Google. I'm just talking about Google will be giving you the direct answers because right now you have so many websites, Chegg and Stack, and like they have solutions all over the place. But for a bigger programming projects, for that I'm talking about. So there is a method isDigit. So whenever there's a method which starts with is, they return true and false. Like it's just like English words where you are asking, is this thing happen? And the other person answer is yes or no, right? So same goes over here. Is this character a digit? If you want to check whether this character is a digit, this method is any method starting with is will return you true and false, which means they will return you only Boolean. Two lowercase and two uppercase are the method which will convert that character into 2 lowercase or 2 uppercase. Maybe you have a task. Take name from user, take the first letter, and what you have, user may enter any name in any capital letter, small letter, in any case. And what you have to do is you have to again reprint that name in a professional manner with every name with first letter capital. So now what you have to do is you are taking a string as a name, and you have to take that character, the first letter from that name, and convert that character into just that character to uppercase or to lowercase. So here you have that method that you should know that there is a method in character class which can convert that first letter to uppercase. So these are the two methods which will actually convert. Rest of the is method will only return you true and false. And those methods are useful when you're writing your if conditions. So there is no such way of taking input from user as a character. What you do is you take, as you have seen, to take input from user, you can take it as dot next line, dot next int, dot next double, right? There is no dot next char. So how to take a character? For example, let's say enter. I will change a statement. I'm asking user to enter a character, but user is a user, right? User may end up like, no, I want to enter a full name. So but my code only works for the character. So what I will do is, this is my scanner input. So I am only taking char C equals to, just an example, C. So enter a character, but let's say user entered a name. So, but my code, there is no such way to take a character. My code will take that string, will take that whole name. So input dot next will be the method we will use because I only want word. And what I will do is I will typecast this input. As you can see, this is an error because this is asking for the whole string. So what I will do is I will typecast this whole thing with character. How? So let's take a look. Dot char at 0 index. So what this will do is input dot next will give me the value, and then I have applied dot char at, which this method you didn't see in your slide. This is the most common one to get the value at 0 index. So as you remember with string keeps track if I'm entering my name or entering, for example, highline, HIGHLINE, each letter is at an index. So, and all the index starts with the 0 index. So I know that first value or the first character I need is at the 0 index every time. So let's say system.out println, if user even follow my statement and say, okay, I will enter a characters, that first character will be at 0 index and it will automatically give me the first letter. So system.out.println, let's say character is concatenation operator and it's C, and end my statement with a semicolon. Now let's run the code and see what we have. So enter a character. So for first, let's enter highline. I enter a word. That will take the word. It will not crash. And what it did, it just printed H. So it just took the first letter from my whole name. So if I just enter H, it is working with single character as well. And what you can do is you can do bunch of things when you're working with character. You can tell whether it's a number, which alphabet is it, do a typecast, whatever you want. So this is all about the character class. That's it for this video. Thank you. Bye bye.